I'm talking to Arnold Timmerman, and I understand you're pretty good at leading ship, Captain. What's this about?
Leadingship is the response to the original leadership development that we've been used to, and leadingship refers to the dynamic of it. So it refers to the dynamic of leading and following that have kind of nothing to do with the vertical hierarchy that we're used to, but is really talking about a horizontal playing field in which you can lead, I can lead, you can follow, I can follow. And it's determined by the needs of the moment. It's determined by where inspiration wants to be embodied.
So how does this apply to, say, the workplace?
Okay, in the workplace we are used to structures that are very pyramid-like, vertical, hierarchy-like, which means that there's always a we start to rely on people telling us from above what we should be doing. And also we are relying on our job descriptions as well and the expectations that come with it. But funny enough, that diminishes the authentic expression that actually might want to come to the surface. So I might have something to offer as an employee that doesn't come to fruition because it doesn't fit within the system, doesn't fit within that leadership structure that we've set up. So leadership says, okay, let's go back to the authenticity of the employees, see what it is that wants to be expressed, see how that aligns with the authentic being and essence of an organization, then see, okay, how can we use all these human resources rather than sticking to this vertical hierarchy and saying, oh, we don't have time for that, we need to be productive, we need to be efficient in this and this and this order.
So give me a typical scenario in a company, or as an outcome of learning this stewardship, shall we say? Leading the ship?
So a typical example would be, when people talk about conflict resolution, there's a conflict and it's underneath the surface and people don't really want to address it. They'd rather have some kind of new system implanted, some kind of new idea that they can kind of strive for or achieve with the department that would kind of overrule the actual stress point that's there. The conflict is already there, but we don't look at the real causes of it. The causes, when you really strip everything back down, seem to come back to something very simple, which is personal choice, which is what do I want right now? And that is the most simple question that you can ask, even in your job. And a lot of people still don't want to ask that question because it means that if they do get very honest in their jobs, as a leader or an employee, as a CEO or an employee as such, they would probably decide to do certain things very differently, or they would decide not to do something. If we allow that dialogue to really kind of happen in a conscious way, so the conflict comes up on the table, we then start to look at, okay, what is it that you would like? What is it that feels good to you? What is really authentic to your qualities that you have to offer? And then all of a sudden the system can change, the structure can change, and the actual root cause of that conflict is actually being resolved. It might mean that there's a lot of change within an organization as well. It means that sometimes it comes with fear, because it's fear of the unknown.
So you like to change the way companies are running their employees. Now, you're from the UK, right?
I'm from the Netherlands originally, have been living in the UK and live now in Spain, yes.
Okay, so you're in Canada and we're interviewing this in Toronto.
Yeah.
I understand are you staying in Toronto? Are you going across Canada? How are you rolling this out? This is new to Canada, I believe, too, right?
It's new to Canada. It's a new idea anyway, leadership and its applications. I've only worked with it now for 2 years in Europe and written a book about it.
What's your book called?
Leadingship. Leadership, exploring the essence of leadership dynamics.
Okay.
And I've come to Canada because someone was actually asking me. She felt inspired by what I've been writing about and what I've been sharing in terms of what has happened within the organizations in Europe. So she said, come over, do something like a seminar here. So that's why I'm here.
Okay. So you're going across Canada or are you just staying here? You're only
staying at the East Coast right now.
Yeah. Yes. You're only here for about a week, right?
About 2.5, 3 weeks, yes.
Great. More information, your website is
arnoldtimmerman.com. The word is always leadingship. When you Google that, leadingship Arnold Timmerman, you will find your way to all the different websites, Facebooks, LinkedIn, Twitter, all of that.
Great. Thanks, Captain.